Hi, I'm Peter. This is the Peter on Health channel. This video is called People versus Corporations. Is it on? All right, that's the title. Anyway, about 20 years ago, it'll be 2003, I set up this website, like a blog or whatever, self-rolled, it's crappy. But to give my thoughts on this prediction that, America would enter a war between the people and corporations. And I talk about the weirdness of that. It's not like people versus, America versus Nazis or America versus Britain or, whatever, people versus corporations. And, um, and then you say, oh, well, am I some kind of activist, out there in the streets fomenting anarchy and I'm down with the corporate? No, I'm a fucking nerd. I read books, you know, and I read two books right around the turn of the millennium. One book was called The Fourth Turning. Down here, see, Fourth Turning. The other was called When Corporations Rule the World by David Corton, I think I remember. And I read the two books at the same time. And I then made the argument that the fourth turning, not Peter, the book predicts people versus corporations. The authors didn't say that. They don't say that in the book. I'm saying that's the conclusion you draw reading that book closely. And so I put up this website to explain that, and then some other thoughts, on why Americans might need a war against corporations. Now this is way back. It was shortly after 9/11, and but before 2008 financial meltdown, and yeah, and then I just let it go, and I started blogging on other sites and whatever. But it's like a historical site, right? Because turns out the nerd was right. So I subscribe to Robert Malone on Substack and Pierre Corey and the Midwestern Doctor, or somebody like that, and he's anonymous, or she. And but Malone was the first one I subscribed to, and more like I give him $5 like tithe, like religious. I just love the guy. And today he posted this one, Fauci News You Can Use, and he talks about this movie called The Real Anthony Fauci. And I say, it's not a movie, it's a book. It's a book that I read at the beginning of the year. You see, I bought this friggin' moth. I bought this book at the beginning of the year and I read it, and by Robert F. Kennedy, and tremendous junior. And it's a tremendous, tremendous book. And anyway, I guess it's pretty thick for a lot of people. So what did he do? Turn it into a movie. Um, and so here I'm going to play you a little clip on it. I watched the movie today and I enjoyed it. But here's like a minute, half a minute.
This is not a time to be depressed. We don't have the option of depression. It's a kind of luxury to just sink into sadness. This is war, okay? We're under attack. We're under attack by globalist interests and corporate powers that really mean business and that cannot afford to pull back. We've got a tiger by the tail. That being the case, we cannot succumb to sadness or indeed to pessimism. I mean, I actually believe.
Yeah, he's saying it right there. People versus corporations. America versus the WF, the World Economic Forum, the globalists, and you had pictures of what, like Pfizer and Facebook and Amazon, because I bought the book from Amazon, and Branson, I think that was in there, with the Virgin Airlines, whatever. Just yeah, it's just interesting, like it's really interesting. I'll just leave you with, I think the midterms are going to be really interesting, and there's a new COVID variant out there, and yeah, yeah, if they try the lockdowns again, I shudder to think what's going to happen in America. Might be the touch point of this coming war, whatever that looks like. Anyway, there you go. I was right.